The story opens with Louise Banks, a linguist, reflecting on how memories twist time. She sees flashes of her daughter, Hannah, her birth, her laughter, her illness, and her death at 12. The scene shifts to Louise, a top language expert teaching at a university. Her classroom is usually packed, but today, only a few students show up, glued to their laptops. Something's wrong. Louise asks what's going on, and a student points her to a news channel. An hour ago, a massive alien spacecraft landed near Montana. Reports flood in, 11 more ships have appeared worldwide, in places like Russia, China, and Australia. No one knows why. Alarms blare, and the university shuts down. Louise, a scholar of words, knows her skills might not matter in a crisis like this, but she's curious. She heads home, eyes on the TV. The next day, Louise returns to her quiet campus, but a man in a suit intercepts her. It's Colonel Weber, a military officer. He knows her from a past job where she translated Farsi for intelligence, earning high clearance. Now, he needs her again. Weber plays a recording, strange, gurgling sounds from the Montana shell. Louise listens, sharp as ever, and guesses it's alien. She says she can't translate from a clip, she needs to meet them face to face. Weber hesitates, saying it's too dangerous. Louise pushes back, challenging him to find another linguist who can decode an alien language. She mentions a rival scholar, but Weber knows she's the best. That night, helicopters roar over her house. Weber's back, and he's taking her to the shell. At the Montana base, Louise meets Ian Donnelly, a physicist with a quick wit. They'll work together to crack the aliens' purpose. Ian rattles off questions. Where are the aliens from? Do they have faster-than-light tech? Louise cuts through, we need to talk to them, not solve math puzzles. Her point lands hard, without words, nothing else matters. Weber splits them up. Ian leads scientists to study the shell's tech, while Louise heads a team to decode the alien language. The shell opens every 18 hours, giving a 2-hour window to enter. Louise, Ian, and a small team suit up in hazmat gear, climbing into a lift that carries them inside. The ship's gravity flips, letting them walk on walls. A bird in a cage goes with them, an old trick to test the air. At a clear barrier, 2 towering aliens appear, 7-legged and squid-like. Louise calls them heptapods. They make deep, rumbling sounds, like whales underwater. The team's stunned, but the encounter ends fast, no real answers. Back at base, Louise studies the sounds, hitting dead ends. Then it hits her, what if the heptapods use writing, not just speech? She proposes teaching them English while learning their script. Weber approves, and Louise tries again. Inside the shell, she holds up a whiteboard with "human" written on it. One heptapod, later nicknamed Abbott, sprays black ink that forms a perfect circle, a symbol. Louise's heart races, it's their writing. She points to herself, saying, Louise, and the heptapod sprays another circle. The second heptapod, dubbed Costello, responds with its own symbol. Louise suggests a bold plan, teach the aliens basic English to build a shared vocabulary. Weber calls it slow, but Louise tells a story. In 1770, sailors in Australia asked a native about a hopping animal. He said, kangaroo, which meant, I don't know. Misunderstandings like that could spark disaster with aliens. Weber relents, trusting her logic. Louise and Ian dive into the heptapod's language. Other countries, sharing data through a global pact, try their own methods, some use math, others music. But tensions rise. China, led by General Shang, grows impatient, amassing troops. Russia follows suit, hinting at attack plans. Weber urges Louise to hurry, warning that rivals might strike first. She stays calm, teaching the heptapods words like eat and walk. She writes a question on her board, why are you here? The heptapods reply with a complex circle, but it's unclear. Louise explains to Weber that questions need context. Aliens might not think in singular or plural, or even understand purpose. Humans assume intent, but the heptapods might not. It's like teaching a child before asking about quantum physics. Each visit to the shell deepens Louise's work. She decodes more circles, realizing they're not words but full sentences, written all at once. Unlike human writing, which flows left to right, heptapod script has no order, it's nonlinear. She builds a program to translate the symbols, making communication faster. But the work takes a toll. Louise starts seeing flashes, a little girl playing, laughing, then sick in a hospital bed. Is it Hannah, her daughter? She's not sure if it's a memory or a vision. The images feel vivid, but Louise has no daughter. She shakes it off, blaming stress, but the visions keep coming. Inside the shell again, Louise writes, "Why are you here?" Abbott and Costello spray a massive circle, dense with meaning. Louise stares, piecing it together. The translation suggests, "offer weapon." Panic erupts at the base. The US assumes the heptapods mean war. Ian argues it might not be a weapon, maybe they're asking for something, not giving it. But the word weapon spreads globally, leaked or intercepted. Countries shut down talks. China issues an ultimatum, the aliens must leave, or they'll attack. The US plans to bomb the Montana shell. Louise and Ian rush back in, desperate to clarify. Louise writes, "Are you giving us something?" The heptapods reply with circles meaning language, technology, and unity. But their nonlinear script muddles the intent. Are they offering now or later? Costello taps the barrier, urging Louise closer. She presses her hand to the glass, and visions flood her mind, Hannah's life, but also a future event. A bomb, hidden in the shell, explodes. Abbott pushes Louise and Ian out just in time, saving them. Costello is injured, maybe dying. The shell closes. Back at base, Weber orders a retreat. If the heptapods don't leave, the military will strike. Global markets crash, and communication between nations collapses. Louise feels the weight, she's so close to the truth but can't stop the chaos. Ian makes a breakthrough, analyzing the heptapod script. He finds a pattern in the circle spacing, yielding a fraction, 1/12. Each country's shell holds one piece of a larger message. The heptapods want humans to unite, combining their translations. But Weber dismisses it, China's gone rogue, and trust is dead. Louise sees another vision, a gala, 18 months away, where she meets General Shang. He thanks her for calling his private number, stopping China's attack. He shows her the number and whispers his wife's dying words. Louise blinks, she doesn't know his number now. How could she call him? The Montana shell opens unexpectedly. Louise, alone, walks in. Fog swirls, and Abbott appears, alive but weak. She asks, "Where's Costello?" Abbott's circle hints Costello may be gone. Louise apologizes for the bomb, insisting humans aren't violent. She presses, "What's your purpose?" Abbott's answer shifts everything, they're here to give humans their language, a gift. In 3,000 years, they'll need human help. Their language rewires thinking, letting humans see time non-linearly, like they do. Louise's visions aren't memories, they're glimpses of the future, triggered by learning their script. Hannah isn't born yet, but Louise sees her life, her death, all at once. Abbott sprays a final circle, urging her to act. Louise runs to Weber, explaining the weapon is their language, a tool to unite humanity. Weber's skeptical, war's looming. Another vision hits, at the gala, Shang's wife's words are in Mandarin. Louise memorizes them now, though the event hasn't happened. She grabs a satellite phone at the base and dials Shang's private number, reciting his wife's words. In China, Shang pauses, stunned, and calls off the attack. He shares China's data, and other nations follow, uniting to decode the heptapod's full message, a blueprint for peace and progress. The shells vanish, their mission done. Louise stands with Ian, who's become her friend, maybe more. She sees their future, love, a daughter named Hannah, and her inevitable loss. The name, Hannah, a palindrome, mirrors the film's loop, same backward and forward. Louise embraces it all, knowing joy and pain are one. Her choice to live this life, despite its end, shapes her now. The heptapod's gift lets her see every moment, past, present, future, as a single, beautiful whole. This is a rival's heart, time isn't a line. Louise learns the heptapod's language, and her world shifts. She lives in every second, her daughter's life woven into now. The film loops, its start is its end its start. When you watch, you've seen it, yet you're still seeing it. It's a story of choice, destiny, and the power of words to reshape everything.